Good morning, people. Yeah, it is morning too. Well, I'm off to day one of my new job. Contract was canceled from my other job, so I don't work there anymore. It's nice and convenient because it was here in town, but they chose to hire somebody else to do what I was doing. Poor sucker. And get worked to death. But I'm off. Get me some gasoline in this bad boy. Foggier than all get out. It's like 45 degrees. Still doing good with the e-cigarette. And for any of y'all that have been giving me any fits over it, I'm not doing it because I need to. I'm smoking the e-cigarette because I want to. It's keeping me off of the other one. It's not a matter of defeating a habit or just filling an addiction of some sort. I'm actually doing it because I want to now. I'm on nicotine-free juice. So it's not a matter of supporting a habit or I gotta have it or I'm just jittery as all get out. That's not the case. Now I just like doing the stuff I'm doing because it's not harmful, doesn't hurt anybody, and I like the flavor. Plain and simple. Actually told you guys before, there was a cult-like following for the different flavors and such, and I'm actually going to, I guess it's this coming up Sunday night, will be the Middle Tennessee Vapors group meeting. My wife and I are both planning on going to it. Can't talk. So we'll get to see a little bit more about the different things that are out there. Some of the stuff is completely custom. Some of it is modifications that are done by the factories that make the e-cigarettes. I do sympathize with some people because I've actually learned that some places you aren't allowed to have e-cigarettes. Not that they're banned, it's just for whatever reason they're not able to be sold in those places, which is sad because, take it from me, it's a really good way to quit smoking. I'm over 60 days, I think it's 62 days now that I haven't had a cigarette. Oh, and I did fix my brakes. Didn't have to replace them. I'll be right back. $60. And it got me 18.4 gallons of gas. It says it's full now, but that's ridiculous. 700 miles out of that last tank. Maybe I'll do good this time too. Yeah, got a little bit of squeak in the brakes still, but nothing like it was. They aren't singing to me like a bus or truck brakes. Part of the problem and why it was squealing, because there's still plenty of brakes on there. That's why I didn't do a brake changing video for the back brakes. I do have to do one because my wife's Suburban needs them also. But until yesterday evening, late, and I was not going to get out there in the mud and rain trying to change her back brakes. And Mr. MacGyver got his little he's got his own little project going on in his shop over there, and I don't know that that would lend any room for me to get in there with her truck to even backing it in to change the brakes on it. So rather than bug him and try and move stuff out of the way over there to get it done, I just figure I'll wait until it's good and dry, because right now her truck's only being driven a few miles each day, and if worse comes to worse, I'll have to get out there in the mud and do it, but hopefully it'll get by and we can get by with it until everything dries up enough for me to get out there and change the brake shoes on hers, and I will shoot a video on it when I do. Bright and early this morning. I think it's like something after 6, maybe 6:30. Yeah, 6:34. That was pretty good. And I am on my way to Nashville. Don't like the idea of having to drive this far for a job, but $25 an hour kind of makes it worth it. I'll put it this way: the place I'm going to work is back down where I started working when I moved to Nashville, which is the Sprint PCS call center. That's the first place I worked here, and I did that for 3.5 years. That was a $10.25 an hour job. So for $25 an hour, I think it's worth it. Of course, that was what, 12 years ago. Still. Only problem is, this is another contract position. But there is a possibility that I can go in time into a permanent position. No guarantees. But I guarantee you one thing myself: I'm going to be doing everything I can to make it a permanent job. Because even if they don't hire me on full-time as a permanent employee at $25 an hour, which I would kind of understand, I'll at least have the ability to work for 6 months for $25 an hour, at the very least, unless I screw up, which it's been known to happen, but I don't think that'll be an issue here, because basically right now, right off the bat, all we'll be doing is re-imaging machines, moving people's desktops, that sort of thing. Nothing hard at all. Stuff I can practically do in my sleep. Yes, I always look over my shoulder, even though I've got mirrors that tell me where things are. Because I don't trust getting up next to somebody and them moving over. Not do a video on it because I don't feel like I have to video every single little thing for you guys. But this evening I'm planning on getting some more video on my little Sony Action Cam. I got a 16 gigabyte class 10 memory card for this thing. problem with the Class 2 and Class 4 that I had, not recognizing properly. The Class 10, put it in there, hit format, it's working like a charm. So, I'm going to try getting you some Class 10 speed videos, external videos. I got the extra little mount and that extra camera. I'm going to try giving it a shot this evening. I'm not doing it right now because I'm on my way to work. I'm focusing on traffic and the idiots. Between working 3.5 years for Sprint PCS, a year for T-Mobile, and 4.5 years for Dell in Nashville before I ever started working up here near the house. One thing I know how to deal with, and unfortunately I have to occasionally, is the idiot drivers in Nashville. There's just as many conscientious and polite drivers as there are idiots. And typically the idiots come from out of state. Video on this thing's bound to be just jittery as all get out, but hopefully not. This camera's supposed to have some kind of image stabilization, so hopefully that proves to be the point. Anyway, I do apologize that I didn't have time to record anything for you this weekend, but it wasn't because I was being lazy. It's because it was raining like crazy all weekend. Actually, it started Friday afternoon and just kept coming and coming and coming. Matter of fact, if you look at WSMV.com, which is our local television station, they've got all kinds of things on there about flooding, which wasn't supposed to occur again, but it has. Just goes to show you, you can do all the things you can, everything in the world to try and plan for no more flooding, and it's still going to happen. It's just the way nature is, unfortunately. IT guy from the company my wife used to work at messaged me, I guess it was yesterday afternoon sometime, Sunday, and said that his house had gotten flooded bad enough that the water came in his house, in his garage, and was up over the tires on his Honda. Pretty bad. Kind of kept me from complaining as much about our yard, because any given time during the day yesterday I could have walked out in my yard and been ankle deep in water. Literally. Today I walk out in a little squishy mud there, no big deal. But we never had water up over the tires either. And even if we had in these trucks, no big deal. As long as it doesn't reach the battery box, we're alright. For those of you that don't know, Corey Vidal out of Canada, they do the Apprentice A vlogs. It's Apprentice EH. He put a post up last night saying that on June 18th, I believe it is, they're having a vlogging conference in which Shay Carl, Charles Trippy, and a bunch of the others will be in Washington State, in Seattle. They're all going there for that. I'd like to go, but I'm only going to be able to afford one big trip this year. And because it's only going to be able to be one big trip, it's going to be the big trip to VidCon. get the opportunity to go, or if I get the opportunity to go, things change a lot. I'm going to Playlist Live next year and VidCon, if I can sling it in the same year. Hopefully things should be back together well enough that I'll be able to go 2 weekends like that out of my work schedule. Unlike some people, I don't actually get to do this for a living. It would be nice, but I don't know that you guys can find me that interesting. And I don't really have a whole lot to say most days. And I really don't want to be recording anything unless I've got something to say. Why put people through that? I won't get on here and complain about stuff. Not my style. Oh, I'll complain, just not on here. But anyway, that's kind of the long and short of it. I will cut it on again this afternoon unless something else happens. And talk to you then, let you know how it went. Look at that. Combination gyro platter. Some of you call them heroes. Yeah, it's been a long time since I had them, especially from that place. He'd moved out for a while. Now he's back, and now I work right here by it again. He'll be gone. I sweat like a madman in there, and only part of it was because it was a little warm. Basically, they didn't have my login ready. No big deal. But they had plenty of other stuff for me to do. I worked harder for less money. So, I'm not mad. Not too bad a drive. I don't like it. But, you know, it beats not working. I work with a couple of pretty nice guys, so can't really complain about that either. They like to joke and talk and carry on. Not bad. I doubt I'll be putting them up on here at all. But I do enjoy working with them though. That's pretty much it. I am a tired puppy, but mostly because of spending the whole day sweating and not getting a whole lot of sleep last night. That's pretty much it. It was a pretty successful day. I'm not disappointed in the job at all. It's pretty much what I expected it to be.